I'm AJ from Pack Hacker, and in this video we're taking a detailed look at the Heimplanet Dopp kit. This is from the Carry Essentials collection, and there are two sizes. There's a larger, or the classic, and the smaller, which we've been testing for about 2 weeks now, so this is what we're going to focus on in this video. Let's jump in. So there's not a ton going on with the outside of this Dopp kit, which is nice. It's nice and streamlined, and we don't need a bunch of dangling stuff hanging off of our toiletry bag. We do want to note though this TPU coated nylon, and it's great for if you're near the shower or the sink, you get some water splash on it, you can just wipe it right off and it works well. We have noticed a few scratches and scuffs, so you'll see one up there, and then on the other side too, it's a little more noticeable maybe. So we have noticed that. It's not a huge deal durability wise. It's pretty common actually with like this type of coated material where you see wear on it. So far it hasn't affected functionality at all, so totally fine. We just wanted to point it out. And then the rest of the bag is like a ballistic nylon, so it is nice and durable. And then we've got these water resistant zippers. So Heimplanet logo on the front, nice Heimplanet logo on the zipper pulls, which are actually really nice. They're like I feel like a coated metal or something, and they're just nice to grab. So let's zip this thing open and look at the first compartment. As you can see, there's quite a bit of smaller organization going on, and also the first thing you might notice is a mirror. So the mirror is detachable with some Velcro, and what we like about it is that it's a real mirror. So we've tested some other Dopp kits that have had a mirror in them, and they've just kind of been like plastic or not really like glass, and this is more of a standard mirror. It's good reflection on it, and it's in this protective plastic case, which is cool. It's also bulky because of all those things, so it's not very flexible and is bulky, so we've had to be a little careful a little strategic with how we pack this thing. If you have anything too bulky right on this side, so for example we'll slide this toothbrush over, it hits the mirror, and it'll close with a toothbrush like this, but anything much bigger and you're gonna have some issues. Also, we're worried about scratching the mirror if we do that too many times, so something to keep in mind. You can remove it completely if you want, if you just don't need it, but also it's nice to have around if you're somewhere that doesn't have a mirror, if you need to do some tweezing, some shaving, something like that. Behind the mirror there is a little bit of a slit pocket. If you've got something that will fit in there, totally cool. You could even maybe slide this comb up and put it that way if you wanted to. And then as you can see, there's 3 elastic loops on this right-hand side. One's a little bit bigger and then 2 smaller ones. We just have a comb in here right now. You can also throw a razor in one of these. It fits pretty well. You could put, if you carry around an extra like 3-pack of blades, you can fit this in that bigger one. And then down below there's mesh pockets with a little bit of elastic. You could put extra things in here. We've just been kind of using it to keep the comb a little bit more secured, so it's not, it's got a little spot to fall into, and that's been working well. On the other side, you have 2 more loops, 2 more rows of 2 loops, so 4 total, and these are a great spot for toothbrushes. That's what we've been doing anyway. But what's nice about this organization is it's not so specific that you have to put one thing in one place. You can kind of do whatever works for you. So we've been putting toothbrushes on this side, and it works pretty well. We do recommend keeping a little protective cap on it so your toothbrush doesn't get gross. But again, we've been keeping that on the opposite end of the mirror, so that's not bumping into it, and it keeps this thing a little flatter. Below those loops, we have 5 liner sleeves. So on each side there are 2 smaller ones, and then this one in the middle is a little bit wider. And these smaller ones really only work for small items. So we've been keeping our nail clippers in here. You can put tweezers in one, kind of stuff like that. Anything much bigger and bulkier really isn't gonna fit. There's no stretch to these. They're pretty tight, but if you have something that works there, they're quite handy, like nail clippers, for example. So we'll zip this up and we'll go into the other pocket. This is the smaller size, so there's only these 2 pockets. If you do want, if you do need a little bit more room, there is a larger size Dopp kit in the Carry Essentials line. So we're just going to open this up. You can see here there's a little bit of space on the inside and then also some organization. So the space is enough. We've been throwing like deodorant. You could fit a slim thing of like hair pomade or lotion or something. This is a Human Gear Go Tub, and that works well. But anything much thicker than this, and it's really not going to work too well. It gets bulky, and you kind of have a difficult time fitting things in and out. So we'll take that out just so we can see better. Yeah, and like we said, there's a little bit of space in there. You could fit full-size toothpaste in here, for example. It might feel a little bit better than on this other side. We've been throwing a full-size toothpaste or something like this tooth powder on this side, and that fits really nicely in one of these 3 mesh pockets. So there's 3 pockets. There's some elastic at the top to help keep your stuff secure, which is good. Like we said, we've got this 2-ounce bottle of tooth powder in one, and it fits just perfect. And then, in the other one, we've just got some like face wipes for shaving, some solid cologne, some Fulton Rourke. And, just smaller things like that fit in here. Again, there's not a whole bunch of dimensions, so anything too bulky isn't going to be great. But if you have the right size stuff, this is just a good little size Dopp kit to fit your things. And then finally, in this pocket, you'll see a hook. And it's just like a pretty simple metal hook. Nothing too crazy. It does fold and tuck in, which is nice. So it's out of the way. It's not dangling around. But this is for hanging the bag up, and it works well enough. We've been using it for 2 weeks now, and taking it into the bathroom, hanging it up, things like that, and it works well enough. This pocket hangs a little awkwardly when it is hung up. However, the way that the front pocket opens, it's super easy to access your stuff. So imagine this is hanging. You just got full access to your toothbrush, your comb, your razor, whatever it may be, your mirror. If you can get this thing hung up high enough, your mirror may be at a good height where you can use it attached to the bag. So that's cool too. And then your stuff isn't going to fall out of this top pocket. I mean, it's still hanging from the top. It's just going to kind of do that, like that kind of forward tilt that you can kind of see. It's a little tough with this angle, but it does a bit of like a forward tilt that, well, it makes it pretty easy to get to your stuff, but it's just doesn't feel the most secure. Again, we haven't had any issues with stuff falling out. It's just something we noticed that kind of slouches forward. So there you have it. This is the Dopp kit from Heimplanet in their Carry Essentials line. Make sure to check out more information over at packhacker.com, along with the best buying options that help support our channel at no additional cost to you. We'll leave a link in the description below, and we'll see you in the next video.